Dillard from Tallahatchie Rascals, Cotton States. I've been coaching the Rascals for the last 11 to 12 years, pretty much since the league began. I used to coach high school baseball, but more recently I retired from doing that, and I'm working for a utility company nearby. I played at Delta State years ago, and then I was a graduate assistant coach at Delta State for 2 years. In that time, we won the national championship back in 2004. So grew up in the coaching world. My dad was a minor league baseball coach pretty much my entire life as a kid, and I guess he coached in minor leagues about 25 years. Played a little big league ball, so I've kind of always been coaching, coaching or playing pretty much since I was, old enough to hold a baseball. The important thing with the Cotton States League is just making these kids better. I tell people all the time, and I tell these kids in case they're not appreciating what they have, this was not here when I came through. I had to pick up and play just, semi-pro games and just different any game I could find when I was in junior college here in the state. And after I went to Delta State, I went to Kansas and played. And that's a long way to go after you've been gone all year from your family, playing ball and being at your school, to then go somewhere for the summer. It's just really nice to have something here. For some of these guys, they do come from a long way and stay here. But a lot of them are local, and they're able to work some during the week and then come here and play baseball and improve their skill set. So the definite, probably most important thing is just the players getting better, having fun, of course, doing it, but going back to their schools and better than when they left them in the spring. I'm Coach Andy Dillard from the Tallahatchie Rascals of the Cotton States League, and you are watching Max South Sports. Last season was a lot of fun. We had a good season. We had a very deep pitching staff. I think I know 4 guys that were 90+ guys when they maxed out, and that was our strength of our team. Last season was our pitching, and it was a really odd year. We did have one player that had gone home and ended up being diagnosed with COVID and had to miss several weeks, and we had to, I think all the coaches, we had to navigate and think things differently. We helped spray down the equipment before and after games. We didn't use a community water jug in the dugout. It was a very odd year, but it was also a lot of fun. These guys had not played in a few months and were hungry. The competitive juices were much higher than a normal year. Not that that's bad, but a lot of times these guys are coming right off their college seasons, and they kind of want a little bit to breathe a little bit and just work on their game. And last year that wasn't the case. They came out and this was their season. So it was a good year. I think we ended up finishing in the middle of the pack, but that was credit to the talent that was in the league. One of the biggest challenges we faced this year, last year we were one of the few teams that were still playing. There's a lot of, they did a really good job here of keeping the players safe and put in some protocols. We were able to play through the pandemic. So we had a large number of players. The league probably have more players than it ever has. And then now that they've got a full year in, a lot of these guys, have had other opportunities or moved on to something else. And our biggest challenge this year is the pitching, trying to find enough arms and try to take care of the arms we have. Obviously, the biggest challenge for most of the guys out here is swinging the bat, wooden bats. Using wooden bats, going from aluminum. Early in the year, pitching is key, and I've noticed here lately that the offense has really stepped up. But that's some of the biggest challenges, and the guys come from a lot of different places. Some of them have several hours to travel to get here each day, and so you really have to work with your guys and make sure they can be here. You're just on the phone a lot with them, which is a good thing. You really get to know them well. But and I guess that's a challenge as well. When you first have them, you don't always know them. You have some that come back from the year before, but generally about half your team every year is new guys, and you got to get to know your players and where they can succeed at. Our outlook for this year was, obviously different from last year. Didn't have the same challenges as far as health and the things going on outside of baseball. But this year, early on, you're just trying to learn your guys. And I realized real quick we could run. So we knew we were going to have to put the ball in play, put pressure on defense, score that away. And our pitching was really good at the beginning of the year. We had Josh Smith and Chris Smith, no relation. But Josh is a lefty, pitched really well for us. He could go deep into games from the moment he got here. And Chris threw a complete game shutout against the Dealers, which is a very, they're always very strong. Jeff King does a great job with them. And since then we've had to piece together. Josh has had to miss a little bit with he's got some family, having a wedding and all the things going along with that. His brother's getting married, and so we've had to hit the ball more, put more pressure, play better defense, and it's always fun. You start out thinking, all right, this guy's my leadoff hitter, and this guy's my three-hole hitter, and then as the season goes along, you end up realizing, well, this guy, even though he's been leading off, might be better off in the two-hole, or he might have a little more pop than you thought. And so your outlook pretty much changes a lot throughout the first month of the season. And I really feel like as we go throughout the season and we get our pitching settled down, get everybody back and healthy and ready to go, we've shut down some arms. I think we're poised to make a run, and it's always fun. The Cotton States does a great job. We get to do a tournament at the end of the season, so the guys throughout the season, I feel like it's more they work on their game. They just try to get better, try to just work on those things their coaches maybe told them when they left school. And then when you get towards that end of the season, everybody's in the tournament, everybody gets to compete, and then you can kind of just let them go, and they focus more on just trying to win the games. You always want to win, but the point and the reason these guys come out here is that they need extra at-bats, they need more innings on the mound, and they just need to get better. And I've already had one player that was uncommitted that came in here, threw well, did a great job, and played well and got picked up.
Jeff Cook, head coach, the Hill Country Generals of the Cotton States Woodbat League, and you are watching Matt South Sports.
Attributes of our team, we're a little light on pitching this year. We've had some arm issues, and last year had a really good pitching staff, and just guys playing different places, and several injuries have slowed us down a little bit. But we swing the bat really well. We got a lot of team speed. From top of order to the bottom, we can steal bases. We put the ball in play, put a lot of pressure on defense. We play really good outfield defense. Got some deers out there, which is also why we steal bases a lot. And I'd say, defensively and just putting the ball in play and running the bases hard is really our strengths. Pitching, we've done well, and we've got some guys that have really thrown the ball well. We're just a little thin on it right now. In this league, you're going to not have all your guys every weekend because it is the summer, and these guys do have family obligations, and they, some of them are on certain pitch counts, different things, and only throw different times. You got to work with their coaches at their schools, and so definitely our strength is swinging the bat and running the bases. Well, starting at the top of our lineup, gets everything going. We got a guy named Scott Campbell. He's from Georgia. He's a young kid. I believe he's still 18 years old. Can really run. First game out, I had a first year for me to have him, and he hit a ball in the right center gap, and when he turned the corner at first, it was like he hit another deer, and he's been a big spark plug for us. He also throws some on the mound, and had to use him here and there, and he's done well at that also. Our leading hitter right now is Finn Snyder, and I love to talk about Finn because I believe he holds the record for furthest traveled to play down here. He's from Montana, and came down last year and played, and is just a great kid and works extremely hard. I believe he's hitting in close to 400, and he's just a worker. Last year he came out kind of slow and got hot towards the end of the season. This year he's just picked up where he left off and swinging the bat well and just gives you competitive at bats. Another guy, Gage Thomas, that I've had in the past. He's a Saltillo graduate by way of, and then went to Southwest Tennessee. And he's a really good player, strong kid, versatile, play a lot of different defensive positions, and he doesn't swing at balls. He's hitting. He's always hit. He hits for a high average, got some pop, but he's walked, got hit by pitch. His on-base percentage is probably in the 600s, and he drives in a lot of runs for us. Got some another dual guy, Chris Smith, that is actually played for me in high school, and he's about to go to Mississippi Delta. He's just another 18-year-old, and he pitches some and catches, and he's real versatile, and he's done well. Josh Smith recently picked up at Blue Mountain College, and he pitches, plays the outfield, and swings the bat for us, and it's just been good. One thing about college guys, they kind of already know what they need to work on, and they come in focusing on certain things, and you can with a lot of these kids, they're good players. They wouldn't be here if they weren't. And you can just give them a little bit of information here and there, and they can take it. And from we play our general schedule, depends on weather, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And from Sunday when we leave and Friday when we come back, you can see a lot of times that they make the adjustments and they get better. It's fun to watch. I could brag on just about all my guys. Reyes Willis has played in this league for a long time, and he's one of my favorite guys. He'll do anything you ask him. He'll play anywhere you put him, and here recently with some of the injuries we've had, he's had to pitch a little bit, and he's done a great job on the mound. Not much of a pitcher, hadn't pitched much since high school, but hops out there and gives us an inning here and there when he can, and just does anything he can to help the team. But like I said, I could go on and on about all the guys, but those are a few right now, just kind of on my mind, and it'll be interesting to see some of these young guys where they go and how far they go, and you kind of always stay in touch a little bit. You see them out, or you get a text message here and there from a guy. It's been a couple of years, and they'll show up. They might have a little brother in the league, and all of a sudden here they are, and it's just it's a lot of fun. Biggest rivals out here is the players turn around every year, so there's not as much rivalry, but some of them play with, they have teammates on other teams. But the coaches, we really like each other. We love to hang out. We get along really well, but when we get on the field, there's certain ones you want to beat. And Jeff King always does a great job getting his players, and he's a great coach, great guy. And so he's always got a really good team. So the Dealers are definitely the team that I circle a little bit when we're going to play them, and I say, guys, I want this one. You're going to play against some really good talent, so it's also a chance for your guys to get better. You're going to see good pitching. They're going to face good hitters when we're throwing. So the Dealers are the team that you really think, hey, these guys are the ones we want to beat. If we can beat them, then we know we got a chance to win the league and have a good year. So another good friend of mine, Greg Bates, he coaches the Tribe, and he's a funny guy. He's a character. So it's always fun to we rib each other. It's all in good fun, but he's another pretty good rivalry. We all, we're liable to be texting each other in the fall, or even, coming around the next year, picking at each other about what we did against each other. And so he and I went 1-1 so far this year, and we got rained out for that rubber game. So I look forward to making that one up and seeing if we can take the series from him. My ultimate goal for the team is always a little bit, a little more individual for the team, we always want to try to win as many games as possible. We want to win. We want to win the championship at the end of the season. But these guys are here to get better for their college teams and perhaps further. There's been several guys that have gone on to play pro ball that have come through here. And so I always want to see each individual player get better and learn more about themselves and how they can help their team when they go back. One of the questions I ask every player when they come in is, what position are you primarily playing? Where does your coach see you? And then I try to get reps in that spot. I try to, if I see that they could be successful in another area, maybe I'll, mention to them, you might want to work, at this position a little more. So I always set my goals and things maybe individually first, because the goal is to get better and make your college team better. And then the team goal, which is to just win games and try to win the entire league.